Okay, I'm inside of a cave. I'm not allowed to tell you the name of the cave or where it is because it is awesome and there's no gate keeping people out. So, although it's extremely difficult, so just being hard to find and hard to get into probably does a lot to keep people out. But anyway, yeah. There's a crawl here. It's shaped like a figure eight, so you have to just kind of crawl in sideways. It's kind of messed up. Anyway. There's other cool little formations hanging down there. Lots of little formations on the wall here. Formations all along the wall here. There's the pretty colors on the floor. Wow. So you can see how there's formations on the floor here. But I also want to get a little closer to the wall. So you can see what's on the wall. Notice there's a smooth spot. That's suspicious. After all this rough rock, a smooth spot is like, one of these is different from the others. But look at that. There's technically a formation there, but it's so close to the wall you might not notice it's a separate formation. But still, if you see it, don't touch it. Take lots and lots of pictures. Oh, wow. Hold on a second. I got to pan down so you can see the floor here. Just look at the floor. There's just so many formations coming up. But look at the wall. There's lots of small formations there. Look at the size of this one. It's like a foot long. I know it's not a $5 foot long. That was a long time ago. But look at how rugged the wall is here. It's not smooth at all. All sorts of crazy stuff. But you notice here in the middle, there's nothing on the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and go over where there's no formations and then turn around and look back so you can see the floor here and the wall. See if I can back up some more. Notice how some of the wall is gray and some of it's brown. And the floor is just awesome. But the floor, the farther I get over here, the closer the formations are to me. So I can't really get much closer to the wall. Hold on. There's one little place here I can get closer. Okay, I'm going to look around briefly because I want to show you the wall. Look at all these awesome formations on the wall. It's insane. But yeah, you can see there's that one formation on the left. It's like 3 feet tall, super skinny. So please stay far away from it so you can't even touch it on accident. We all know accidents happen, so don't let them happen. Yeah, you can get a good view from back here. Man, if I ever get a camera rig to shoot in 3D, I'm totally going to come here and do that. In fact, if I ever get bored, I should come back here and try to take some 3D pictures. Just use the same camera multiple times. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. There's some formations along the floor here. I'm going to stay to the far right next to the breakdown where I won't touch anything. So I want to see this little area again. I just want to look at the wall too. I just find that wall so pretty. Notice a lot of the mud coming from above. It's like a delta, shaped like a big delta. You see there's even small formations on the ceiling here. In fact, that's why I came over here. The floor is cool, but I think the wall is even cooler. Okay, I'm going to sit down here so I don't have to worry about losing my balance. But look at all this. It's like a million formations here. Bunch of formations there. A lot of formations there. It's funny, I've even been sitting right next to one here. So I need to be super careful when I move forward. But before I do that, look at the wall. There's nice long skinny ones over there. Couple of decent ones up there. I'm going to stand up very carefully. Turn around. We see how there's breakdown on the right. So I'll be able to climb over this breakdown, avoid touching the formations. Thought I said just a moth or other bug flying in front of me. I think it was actually just a piece of dirt, dust, speck of dust. I don't think there actually be any insects this far in the cave. It's a pretty dark and wet cave. Ooh. A lot of interesting small formations here. Climb under here now. For this one little spot, the ceiling's kind of low. If it was going to stay this low, I'd leave my backpack behind. But I know it opens up ahead, so I'm going to go ahead and bring my backpack. It's got more batteries. I think I better keep my stuff together. The tricky part is I need to be careful not to bump the ceiling. Like I've been showing you, there's good stuff on the ceiling too, not just the floor. So I have to be super careful. I'm standing up now. You can see there's formations along the wall, small columns on the wall, dripstone columns. Look at those, kind of neat. Wow. So look at this, where the cave is kind of tube shaped, you know, smooth, but there's a couple huge formations back there. I don't know if my camera's going to do it justice, but it's like a really tall stalactite, a couple globular formations underneath. And then over here, there's a lot of formations. What's funny is right along the wall, there's no formations. I don't know if I better walk over there, though. I think it's a dead end, so I better not. Yeah. But let me see from this side. Notice how that big gray one is brown at the bottom. Suspicious. So looking back the way I came, oops, that was just a loose rock. But anyway, look at that. Looking back the way I came, it's just a few formations right in the middle. But the ceiling is covered with them. So definitely need to be gentle and careful looking around. Now before I go any farther, I'm going to turn the light up to 100% so you can see exactly what I got myself into. Notice the floor is almost completely covered on the left side. And then on the right side, there's also quite a few. It's just right in the middle. If I stay in the middle, I can avoid stepping on formations. But notice this uneven. So I am going to be trying to zigzag a little bit. Get as close as I can without doing anything stupid. But even right here in the middle, look at this, right here in the middle of the cave. Nice. But these formations are small. I'm heading in towards where the formations are even bigger. I'll have to probably take off my backpack by then. Protect the cave. Notice over here how it's smooth at the bottom and then rougher on the top. And then below it, wow. Wow. Look at those all over the wall. This is awesome. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go over here to the right, and then I'll keep going forward. See you over there along the wall. Some of them are not completely straight. Some of them are a little bit crooked. Some on the wall too, they're really small. It's funny, I'm shooting a 6K resolution video right now. I only have a 4K monitor. So hopefully someday I'll have a 4K or a 6K or higher monitor so I can actually see the full resolution of this video. Just my luck, I'll find out I made a mistake. The focus isn't perfect, darn it. Oh well. I'm thinking my next camera is going to shoot 8K anyway. There's a camera I'm looking at, thinking of getting, I forget the name, but it's kind of like a GoPro, but it shoots 8K resolution. And it has other things about it that are likable, like really good image stabilization, so on. All right, so I'm not going to go back over there because I don't want to trip over those formations. But look at this. So over here, there's formations all over to the right. There's a little bit open to the middle. There's a bunch to the left. But the real question is, look at that. Look at the ceiling. There's a lot of good stuff. Not nearly as big, but it's still really cool looking. Same thing over here. Where there's no breakdown, it's not breakdown, then it's a lot of good stuff on the ceiling too. It's easier to see on the floor. And it's bigger on the floor. In fact, it's easier to see because it's bigger. In fact, I'm curious, when it was first forming, if there were big formations on the ceiling and they just fell down on their own because they're heavier. There are a lot of formations. So look at these. There are some formations on the floor there, just lying down. They came from somewhere. I hope it's not just people kicking them over or something. I wonder if it actually legitimately fell down from above when it was forming. I have no idea. I don't even know if a geologist could look at it and figure out, oh yeah, this is on the ceiling. Anybody could see that. It'd be kind of cool if you could figure that out. But look how big the formations are ahead here. Some of these are almost waist high. A lot of them are over knee high. Then over there on the wall, I can't really get any closer because of the formations on the floor, but look at that. That's really cool. Okay, I need to get over here to the right. There's some small formations I just stepped over. I have to be super careful. I don't know if you can see it very well, but if you look at the ceiling there, wow. There's a few long, skinny ones hanging down. Then on the floor, they're wider, much wider. Some of these are over an inch wide. That's 3 centimeters to those of you in the rest of the world. It's funny. The imperial system is like one place. Whoops, darn it. I was stepping on a loose rock. I was going to say the imperial system is like one place where the U.S. doesn't mind being a minority. It's like we don't care if everybody else is doing it wrong, but everybody else is doing it right. So we're just stubborn. Oh well. Of course, if Europe really wants to switch to metric, let's see them post the speed limits in meters per second. So even right here, all over the floor, in the middle, there's a few formations. It's just there's a lot more to the right here, all over the wall. Over here, the ceiling isn't nearly as pretty. But man, look at the size of these formations on the floor. Ugh, excuse me. Yeah, there are definitely some formations on the wall. I can get a little bit closer, but yeah, even right here, there's so many small formations. If I did something as stupid and trip, I'd probably break like 10 formations. So I better stay back. But yeah, on the wall here, a lot of neat small formations. Very pretty. Next here, I'm hoping to do some traveling. Might do some actual limestone formations too. Limestone caves. We'll see how far. See right here? Oh, I see the trail is over to the right. Okay, see? There's like a small trail there to the right. But before I worry about that, I want to do this. Notice some places there's brown stuff, and other places there's white stuff. It's a technical term, stuff. Anyway, so I'm going to get down here and kneel down so you can see some of these close up. Hopefully they're not too bright. My light's on 30% brightness, by the way. Notice there's breakdown rock right there. This one part of the cave doesn't have much breakdown rock. A lot of the cave has a whole bunch of breakdown rock. Wow. But yeah. Man, I wish I could get closer over to that breakdown rock because I see it's got formations on it. As you can see, the trail's over here. I'm going to do the right thing, get over here on the trail. Because for whatever reason, look at this. There's one little trail here. Completely natural. There's like seriously no formations in this one little area. But man, right on both sides. This is just awesome. What I should do is come back sometime with a tripod, get a few selfies. Look at me, look at me. I'm sure everybody wants to look at me. Forget the cave. Everybody wants to look at me. Just pretending I'm an influencer. Not sure what I'm influencing you to do, but whatever. But look at that. I mean, that one's more than waist high. It's like at least 3 feet tall. Wait, 3 feet high or 3 feet tall? Wow. Just crazy. So many formations. I'm just glad there's a way through it. In fact, near the end of the cave, I mean, it's basically a dead end because there's just so many formations you can't get through. Although, from what I've heard, you can see the end, so it's not like there's really a lot more cave. But this is really cool. Look at this. The trail goes right past this tall one. The trail goes right past this one that's like 4 feet tall. Wish I had a ruler. I keep thinking if I come with more people, we should come with a tape measure. So one of us could whip out the tape measure and measure it. Like, hey, look how long it is. But what's really cool is the texture. It's shaped kind of like a tree, you know, with little branches. It's obviously dripstone. Wow. That is just so cool. Compared to the fat one next to it, shorter and wider. They're both cool, but I really think I'm just impressed that the tall one is standing. I wonder how often it has an earthquake here. I mean, does this mean that these things survive earthquakes or just never has earthquakes here? Seems like it'd be kind of scary to be in here during an earthquake. I could imagine like somebody getting impaled on one of these. That'd be kind of messed up. Okay, I'm gonna go over here just a little bit. So I want to get another angle, that big one. Then look over here, there's more big ones. Get down low. See, when you're down low, it looks really cool. It's like a forest. And then I want to show over the wall. The ones on the wall are hard to see because they're camouflaged. They're all brown and stuff, so they blend in. But there's actually really neat formations on the wall. I think I'm shooting at 10-bit per color HDR, high dynamic range, so maybe we'll pick up. There's a little gap here, so I'm going to go over to the left just a little bit, very carefully. Man, And the ceiling's impressive too. Ceiling is like, ooh, ah, that's a good one. But yeah, let's face it. Like hanging over there by that crack, there's a whole bunch of small stalactites, really narrow ones, but long, like 6 inches long. But I'm going to go to the right just a bit, very carefully. Long as my batteries are behaving, long as I am in here. Like I said, this cave is difficult to get into, so don't really come here very often. Yeah, if you think you know where this cave is, do us both a favor. Don't try to get into it. Just watch my video and pretend you're here with me. This is the kind of thing even a lot of experienced cavers don't want to do because it's really difficult to get in here. Very tricky. But yeah, see how there's still a trail through here, but it's not really good. And then I'm almost to the end of the cave. I think the cave ends in a few hundred more feet. So I'm going to go through here again. Notice, okay, so there's the trail through the middle of the cave. Notice there's a little opening here between the big formations. I'm very, very carefully squatting down. See, I got good knee pads, so I can squat pretty much anywhere. But, yeah, I want to squat down here so I can look around. Wow. I forgot I was going to get down here. Oh, yeah, I see some stuff on the wall ahead. But before I get that close to the wall, so you have to be careful of all these formations. I need to be careful they don't get close enough to bump one. But I do want to get a little closer over here, very carefully. Yeah, this is a little bright. Focus, focus. Okay, don't focus. Okay, we won't look at that one. But trust me, that's a good one. But yeah, look at this wall here, wall/ceiling. See, when it's arch-shaped, the wall and the ceiling are really the same thing, right? I mean, it's just like, if you're in a perfect cylindrical tube, there's not really a boundary between the floor and the wall and the ceiling. It's all the same surface. Anyway, but yeah, this one's flat on the bottom, and then arch-shaped wall and ceiling. Wow. These are so big. I want to be super careful here. There's formations next to me. If I fall over, I'm going to damage one. So. But I do want to see this one here. Look how pointy it is on top. Obviously it formed that way. I don't know why it's so different from the others. You know what I think? I think it's a stalactite fell from above and landed on it and got stuck. I think it's two formations in one. It's like a 2-for-1 deal or something. Okay. I got room to squat down here, or kneel down here. There we go. And then right here next to me, there's a couple. Oops, this came out too bright. So yeah, I'm going to go around these. Luckily, there's room to go over here. It's like a 4-foot gap. It's actually bigger than the trail. Okay. But yeah, right here next to me, it's like this cluster of big ones. But not really. Can't really avoid it completely. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go up here. Wow, there's a good view of that one. But yeah, look at the ceiling here. I like this ceiling. And then look at the wall there. I think I already pointed that out from a different angle. It's like a blob at the bottom and then a skinny one above it. Or did I see more than one like that? It's got so many formations, I lost count. Okay, ready? 1, 2. Boy, would that be really boring? Wow. You know, I wonder if I could give this video to AI and then ask AI, how many formations are in this video? Boy, that'd be kind of fun. Kind of waste of processing power, probably, but whatever. Wow. And then the ceiling here. Such a neat ceiling. What's really cool, that part where the floor is nice and smooth there. I call it a cow pie formation, for lack of better ideas. Hopefully that's not too vulgar for you. I'm not trying to be gross, just trying to give a good description. Oh, wow. See, look at this. On the floor, whoa, don't worry, that was just, look at that. There's some long formations that are broken down. I wonder if they fell naturally or somebody knocked them down. But at least they're stacked out of the way where we won't step on them. But wow, look at this. So many formations. Okay. And then again, if I pan up, you can see the wall / ceiling, whatever you want to call it. It's even better. Over there, the floor ceiling is lower, so I need to be more careful. I'm standing up literally where I can stand up. But over where these formations are, the ceiling is lower. So I'd have to be careful not to accidentally, darn it, my autofocus is being stupid. Okay. I gotta be careful where the ceiling's lower so I don't accidentally hit it. I definitely don't want to break anything. Oops. Almost stepped on a formation. Look at where the floor is wider there. Not even sure that's technically a formation or what. And then look here where it's kind of rounded. And see how there's formations sticking up out of a rock. It's like a breakdown rock. It like fell down while it was still liquid. So the breakdown rock is like welded in there. And yes, that's a real word, welded. Okay, I only have 2 minutes left on the video, so I'm going to stop and start a new one. Hang on.